Active viremia in Josh's blood, which is a good sign. We spun down the latest sample of his cerebrospinal fluid. Edmund motioned his companion to her computer station. Henry logged in and brought up Josh's medical file. Her brother's picture flashed up on the screen briefly, taken from his driver's license, his face smiling and wind-burned from a recent mountaineering trip. Her heart tightened at the sight. It was quickly replaced with an electron microgram. It showed a tight cluster of virions collected from the sediment of her brother's CSF after it had been run through the lab's ultracentrifuge. By now, Lisa had no trouble recognizing the characteristic shape of the enemy. She had difficulty balancing her brother's smiling face with the horror showing on the screen now. Tears welled up. She could not speak. Edmund must have sensed her distress. We think the progression of Josh's disease has been so protracted because the virus traveled up a nerve bundle in his leg to reach his central nervous system, similar to the pathway taken by the rabies virus. It might also explain why we still find no active viral presence in his blood and why it took so long to detect its presence. Henry clarified the significance. When you amputated his leg in the field, the blood loss that followed likely washed any viral particles that had begun to establish in the limb's circulatory and lymphatic system. But not from the peripheral nerves, Edmund added. A few particles must have reached the tibial or perhaps the common peroneal nerve before the amputation. There it took refuge and slowly spread up to his central nervous system. She must have looked sickened. Edmund touched her arm. Still, this proves your quick actions in the field succeeded in buying your brother some valuable time. She knew Edmund was trying to assuage her guilt, but she knew the fundamental truth here. I should have taken off Josh's entire leg. Instead, she had attempted to leave her brother with a functional knee joint, which would allow him better mobility with a prosthetic. As active as her brother was, she wanted to give him the best chance to return to a full life. If only I'd adhered to Lindahl's philosophy from a moment ago. Out in those fields, she had let sentimentality cloud her professional judgment. And now it might cost Josh his life. Possibly to distract her, Edmund pointed to the computer screen. You should know that Henry has also learned a bit more about what makes this engineered monster tick. Lisa fought through her despair, knowing it would do Josh no good. Henry explained, I've been working with the team's molecular biologist to do a genetic analysis of what lies inside the virion synthetic capsid. Lisa pictured that spherical protein shell, supported by an underlayment of tough graphene fibers. At the time, she had wondered what lay hidden inside that hard exterior. We macerated and centrifuged samples of the virus to free the nucleic acids that make up its genetic. Lindahl stepped forward, waving impatiently. We don't need to know how the sausage is made, Dr. Jenkins. We're not first-year biology students. Just tell us what you learned. Edmund gave the director a scolding frown. Henry was attempting to explain the difficulty in gaining